Here's how to not be a commodity in the window game. And hey, I'm Carl Stoy, the founder of Stoy Media. And over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, we've been helping service businesses scale, filling up their pipeline, getting them more qualified people ready to talk. And let's run through 3 different ways that you can make yourself not a commodity in the window industry. And the truth is, you really can't. I'm kind of saying that for the title, but the truth is, there are some things you can do to stick out so you can be like the Renewal by Andersen. And people would say Renewal by Andersen is utterly different from everyone else. Not only are they more expensive, they have their own window brand, and you don't have to start your own brand of windows. But you can do enough, and this is going to go in descending order with the least important and the most important to make yourself not a commodity. But the truth is, you still sell windows. There's still a price per window. There's just some things you can do to stand out enough in order to be different. But you're really not. You still install windows, you still install doors, but there's something you can do, and multiple things you can do, 3 different things you can do, to stand out enough to where you can have a higher price. And by the way, I do not condone you gouging people out of prices, but you can have a higher price, which allows you to have a better team, when your brand grows, you have so many directions you can go. When you have more money, you can have a better team. You can throw bigger events. You can throw events. You can have a better retention on your workers because you have more to invest into them. There's so many different ways you can go. And so let's go in descending order of least important to most important to having a different window company. Number 3, least important, have a better customer experience. And by least important, that does not mean not important. You may think right now you are giving customers a good customer experience. But if at the end of the sale, you're not bringing them some sort of gift, cookies, chocolates, you're not giving them some type of card, you're not giving them a gift card. If you are not doing these things, your customer experience can get better. Imagine what would be the best thing for the customer. The best thing for the customer would be some of these other things that I'm going to talk about, but just try and give the customer the best possible experience you can. And this is going to be a way where you can just stand out. And like I said, one tip, give people gifts when they buy your stuff. When they buy your stuff, send them some cookies. Send them a handwritten card. There's a company called Handwritten with a Y. You could probably look it up, but you can essentially send a handwritten note to whoever you want. So you don't actually have to sit here writing all these out, but you can. You can have a handwritten note sent to the people and some cookies to say thank you. And it's something that most people aren't willing to do. And if you want to stand out in the window game, you have to be doing something that most people aren't. Now, number 2, just as important, but also not as important as good customer experience, is good financing. Stoy Media works with home service businesses, and I can tell you that I see what the ad library looks like. I see what your competitors are running. I know what your competitors are running in terms of ads, and I can tell you most of them look the same. They don't have a good offer. All they offer customers is, yeah, sure, I'll give you a free quote. Just send me how many windows you want, and here's a number. That's it. They're just a number. There's no sales process, and most importantly, there's no good financing. At this time in the economic world, people do not have the money to be shelling out $22,000, $14,000 for all new windows. They just don't have the money. So what you can do to better the customer experience and make yourself stand out is have good financing. Now, I'm not going to recommend a specific financing company, but there is some that we recommend. I just don't want to say it on video. And so if you potentially want that, book a call. I can explain it to you and guide you through how to get in contact with them. But the truth is, having good financing, offering something like $0 down for 12 months, $0 down for 24 months. Who else do you know doing that? And if you know one person doing that, how many other competitors do you have? That's 1 in like 10 people, including yourself. And so having good financing is an amazing way for you to stand out. You don't have to just do the buy one, get one free. But good financing, it's a completely different ballpark. Now, the last one, the most important, the reason why Pella, Renewal by Andersen, every other big window giant you can imagine. This is the reason why they are different than everyone else, including yourself. And if you are a Pella or Renewal by Andersen rep, good on you. We want to work with you guys. But number one, that's the brand. It's quite cliche to say because everyone talks about brand, making yourself a brand, 5 Mile Famous. I've heard every single wording for this. And I made a different video called How to Grow a Home Service Brand. Check it out on this channel. Feel free to look it up. The basis of this. Imagine that your company is a person. Now, how would this person try and become famous? Without selling their soul, let's not do that. Do not do that. But how would they do it? Well, they would probably post on social media. They would try and be featured in all the big blogs. They would try and appear on TV. They would spend money without a direct ROI, doing things like billboards to get their face. In your case, because you're a company, your logo. You would spend money on things that do not have a direct ROI because you're not looking for that. You're looking to get famous. And so how would this person get famous? They would spend money on billboards. They would try and show up in the news, in articles. And you can do this as a company. You can spend money on a billboard. A billboard, I would say in Illinois, is probably like $2,500 a month. Now, it's not cheap, but if you do need a brand, this is a great place to start. Or an even better place to start, getting featured in blogs, offering to write publications and other people's thing about using your expertise from Windows. So if you sign up to HARO, Help a Reporter Out, you can get, I want to say daily, there's about 3 a day alerts from reporters looking for people to feature on their blogs. And what you can do is if you see something relevant to Windows, you jump in. And now you are getting featured in blogs, which gets people to read it. You can make videos just like this because people are going to see this. Hopefully many people see this so that they can learn this, but you make videos like this. Like how would a person become famous and now do it as the company? It's that simple. Now, it's not easy because it takes a lot of reps. It takes a lot of trial, but it is something that pays off eventually, God willing. So if you have any questions, the comments are there. And if you are potentially looking to add us on as a lead vendor, get more leads, more window leads on a pay-per-lead basis, then click the link in the description, fill out some basic information, and schedule a call. We'll talk to you then. But if you have any other questions, concerns, comments, feel free to reach out to us on stoymedia.com or check out the comments and drop one there. Have a blessed day.